Hi friends, it's great to see you again. Usually I'm at a campground lately when I'm filming, but today I'm back on the screened-in porch and it's noisy because I still hear a lot of crickets. I thought they only chirped at night, but obviously they're still chirping right now. So bear with them, and I hear a catbird in the backyard. So hopefully you're not distracted by that. So while I was at the campground this past weekend, I was talking to a girlfriend and just reflecting on different things because we are at that point in our life where we're doing a lot of looking back at our lives, and we were talking about when we were children and how simple life was back then. I grew up in the 70s. I still think it was a great decade to grow up in, and we were just saying back in that time frame that parents didn't have to worry about their children walking to the bus stop, and they didn't have to worry if they were going to a friend's house. Like for me, my best friend at that time lived a mile away from our home, and there were no cell phones obviously in that day, and my mom didn't say, call me when you get there, you know, I want to make sure you got there all right. And so I would get on my bicycle on a Saturday morning or a summer day, and I would pedal to my girlfriend's house a mile away, and I would spend the entire day there, and I would not come home till dinner time. So Mom wasn't worried if I was going to get home safe. She knew what my destination was, and she knew I'd be home by dinner, and I always was. I usually left my friend's house about 2 minutes before dinner time because it was basically downhill all the way to my house for that mile, and so I knew I could make it in 2 minutes and be on time, you know. But we were just talking about again, reflecting back. And then I had a lot of John Denver music playing, and if you saw my last video, you will hear the John Denver music that I had playing, because that takes me back also to the 70s when I first heard of John Denver, and I learned of his music, and I loved it to this day. But one of the songs on there, I believe it's Poems, Prayers, and Promises. There was one line in that song, and of course it was playing while we were sitting at the campfire, that says, although life's been good to me, there's still so much to do. And it just hit me at the campground, and I got very teary-eyed. Very emotional at the campfire, and I just started thinking, wow, I'm 61 years old now, and there is still so much that I want to do. Now, can I do everything that I would like to do going forward? Not necessarily, but just because you're of a certain age doesn't mean you can't try new things. And so, for example, I had a dog named Cookie, and some of you may have known her and remembered her. I miss her terribly. I had her for 15 years, and she was a little Beagle Chihuahua mix, and she was the princess. She ruled the house, which was fine because we don't have children. So she was like my little baby. And she passed away in 2016, and she had a good life. And so at 26, in the year 2016, I said to my husband, I want to try kayaking. And he was thrilled because he had a kayak for many, many years, but he didn't really go out because, you know, he wanted to do it with me, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to do it because I thought it's too strenuous. I can't do that. So we went out in 2016 with the kayaks, and I absolutely loved it. I loved it. We only did lakes. We did not do rivers, and I just loved to paddle, and I loved the fact that I had an option to just float, which was just so relaxing. If you've never tried kayaking, I highly recommend it. Now I can't kayak because in the last year I've had a problem with my shoulder, and so I think my kayaking days are over, and that's fine. I'm okay with that because I'm going to find something else to do, and that's what I am trying to encourage you to do. If there are things that you did years ago, many years ago, or even a year ago for me, try something new, you know. So that was in 2016. In 2018, I said, I'm sorry, it is hot and humid out here today. I should have done this inside, but anyway, 2018, I said to my husband, I think I would like to try camping. And he practically jumped through the roof. He was so excited and happy. And I said, I don't want to sleep in a tent, but maybe we could try a pop-up camper. And so now we were on a quest in 2018 for a pop-up camper. And he had always loved the outdoors. He still loves the outdoors and the wildlife and everything. So when I said I wanted to go camping, he was just thrilled. And so we found a used pop-up camper, and it was almost 20 years old, but he did everything to make this camper perfect for me, so that our first maiden voyage, which was very close to home, our first trip out, close to home, because I said if I don't like it, at least I know I can drive home. But that did not happen. I loved it, and obviously you know that because, again, if you've watched my previous videos, I'm still at the campground. We have a different camper now, though. We have a hybrid camper, which is still like a pop-up 1010s, but it has a lot more amenities for us in our older age, I should say, and we love it. We absolutely love it. So I'm saying that because 20 years ago, I probably would not have wanted to go camping. Obviously, we didn't go camping. But then, once I got in that 50 age bracket, I decided life is going by and I want to try new things. And so that was the kayaking, and then it became the camping. And recently, this past winter, with me being in the house quite a bit, I was just looking for something to do, and so I started painting rocks. I call them encouragement rocks or kindness rocks, and you may have seen them if you've been in nursing homes, or you may have even found them along a trail if you go hiking. And just, I would paint them and I would write words of encouragement on them. And for me, I was bringing them to a cancer center to encourage those people. And I couldn't make them fast enough. And the social worker told me, as fast as I come and I deliver a batch, she said the patients are taking them like within 2 days. And I never met the patients, and I didn't have to meet the patients. But again, that was something new that I was doing. So I'm encouraging you today, try something new. You will be surprised that doing something new, it makes you feel good inside. If you're doing something for others, it absolutely makes you feel better inside. And I know that from my own experience with the Cancer Center and the Encouragement Rocks. But the kayaking and the camping, doing that in my 50s and now into my 60s, not the kayaking, it was stepping out of my comfort zone is really what it was. And I loved it. Now, there's a chance I may not have liked it when we first went out, but I did love it. And so, you know, try to find something new to do. And I think that you're going to find that you have maybe a creative side in you that you didn't know existed, or you have an adventurous side in you that you didn't know existed. Start off with something small. It doesn't have to be something grand. And you might see that even going forward, like in this song that I just quoted earlier in the video, life has been good to me, but there's still so much to do. You might find there's still so much for you to do. So I hope you have a great day, friends. Enjoy the summer. I know we're in August, we're coming to an end, but hopefully this weekend we're going to do a video, my husband and I, with his rocket stove. And if you don't know what a rocket stove is, then look for the next video. Please hit the like button and subscribe, and it really does help the channel. God bless you. Bye-bye.